Hi, I'm Aileen, and I'm a career and workplace strategy coach. I work with managers and neurodivergent people to help them get the most out of their careers. Today, I'm going to talk about the importance of reflecting on previous jobs before starting a new one to help you work out what you will do differently and what you'll no longer put up with. If you want things to be different in your next job, it's worth spending some time thinking about this to ensure you're as prepared as you can be. This is partly about non-negotiables and boundaries, but it's also about looking at where things didn't go well, where things did go well, and what you can do differently in a new role. Doing this before you start will give you the best chance of having a more positive experience. I've spoken about non-negotiables before in relation to looking for a new job. But what about non-negotiables in relation to behaviour or workplace culture? When you leave a job and start a new one, very often you won't know what the culture is like or what the expected norms and behaviours are. But there are a few things you can do that can make it easier for you to settle in and set boundaries, particularly if you have spent time reflecting on what you'll do differently. If you found in previous roles, for example, that your workload kept increasing, making sure you're clear about your role and responsibilities is crucial. You can't do your job effectively if you're not clear on what you're actually meant to be doing. I've had roles that have changed over time and I haven't been clear on my new responsibilities, which meant it became a very frustrating experience. So if you have any questions about your role, you might want to make getting answers to these a non-negotiable. Your ability to say no and to stick to your boundaries will also be essential to ensure you don't end up with an ever-increasing workload. Another reason people sometimes leave jobs is relationships with colleagues or their manager. If you've previously had a difficult time with the people you work with, reflect on what happened. While it can be easy to blame other people for difficult relationships, do think about your role in any drama or conflict and reflect on what you can do differently to build relationships and how you will respond if anything goes wrong. Think about the types of behaviour you're not willing to tolerate. I don't tolerate bullying or behaviour I consider to be unethical. It can be difficult setting boundaries when you first start a new job, but the longer you leave it, the harder it will be. Having clarity around your role and being clear on what you will and won't tolerate are only two examples of non-negotiables, and I'm sure you'll have more. The important thing to remember is that spending time reflecting on previous jobs and working out how you might handle situations differently in the future will never be wasted. It will help you start a new role in a better place and be better equipped to deal with any difficulties you might have. A previous bad experience can be useful if you can learn from it, and it might even help you set firmer boundaries in the future. That's all for today. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week with a new video.